Hi everyone, this is Susie from Designs by Suzanne B. Webb. I'm here to show you this album I just made out of a gutted book, and I'm kind of flipping through it here and showing you where I had to piece together the doiling, how I would like to make pockets to cover them. Then I'm going through and getting all of my string down. And this is the book I used, and I was explaining how hard it is because there's two pictures, pretty pictures on both sides, and then I am making a pocket with it, mitering the corners, top and bottom, and gluing the bottom down. The name of the book is Victorian Flower Gardens, and I'm using art glitter glue for it. And getting my circle punch to make a thumb hole out of the top. And you can see that I'm not real good on measuring. I just kind of eyeball things, or I'll use the grid on my mat. So I'm gluing it down to cover the little piecing I had to do for this doily. And I'm voicing this over because I don't know why the original voice didn't work, but it didn't. And then I had some pre-made pockets made that I'm using over here on the right, and I'm just kind of looking at two and gluing things down better. And then I held the one on the left together with some rubber tipped paper clips. I think I was talking about us having snow. I think we got about 6 inches the other day. So I've been pretty housebound. My husband hasn't, but I have. Now I'm looking for some paper. I'm gonna ink around. I decided to add a little bit of vintage book plate on the right hand side underneath that tall, skinny envelope. So I inked it. Now I'm gluing the pocket down. Now I'm looking for fillers for the pocket, and I like to use more plainish type papers. Okay, sorry, the phone rang, so it interrupted my video. And I found one for the left side that fits pretty good. So I guess we'll find out together. The right side was a little more difficult because the pocket is actually, the inside of it ended up being narrower than it looks on the outside. This is some really vintage, and I'm explaining this is some really old ledger paper, but I felt like it was it cracks really easily, and it would be just a little bit too fragile for, so I don't know if that would be a wise choice to put in for envelope. Pulled it out, you could probably easily crack it. So I have a drawer full of but I like pages that pre-made coffee stained paper. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm looking in the drawer for some more like solid or lined paper. So this one I just discovered that it had a perforation on it. So I decided to fold it and just tear it along the perforations. It's a junk journal. It's okay if you have little tears. And then I think we'll just... I thought I could fold it in thirds, and it turns out I had to fold it in quarters and then cut it a couple of different times to make it sure that it fit. We'll go back and look at it and see if it's pulling out easy, and if not, we'll trim it some more. Because this is just the first day, and I did only get these 2 pages done. So I'll come back and show you some more pages that I do later. I don't normally film myself crafting because I'm a very slow crafter.
I mean, I'll use this.
I make a lot of changes. I audition a lot of different things. So I'd say I'm slow. And I don't know if that bothers people or if they like to see the whole process no matter what. So I'm giving it a try, and you can let me know in the comments if you'd rather just see a finished product. That's fine too.
Let's see, that should fit.
So yeah, you'll see me struggling here quite a bit trying to fit this paper in the envelope, because I think the insides on the sides, they were glued tighter than I thought.
Stick pretty tight. I don't know. Let's see. The dealio is.
I mean, it felt like it should fit, but I like the insides of pocket pieces to pull in and out easily.
My granddaughter called this morning, and
and this was not the case here.
Was she 10? She was watching my videos, and she was cracking up at them, and I'm like, why are you laughing? They're not meant to be comedy videos. It's not like...
Well, this is at the point where I decide to just trim it.
Laughing at me.
And I do have to go back and trim it a couple of different times.
All I could hear her saying was, oh my goodness, Gigi's so funny. Sure,
I was telling you too about how my granddaughter had called me this morning, and she had been watching my videos, and she was just cracking up. I mean, it's not like they're humorous videos, I'm not cracking jokes all along the way, but I think she was more poking fun at me than anything, so that's fine. I just hope people enjoy watching them, or, learn a little something maybe, or trick that they didn't know.
Complete strangers, like we usually watch.
See, I think that was just my first cut.
She was laughing at her Gigi.
I guess the nice thing about doing voiceovers is you can walk around and
Cut a little bit more so that they can see it.
do other things. I'm making spaghetti with meatballs right now, and I needed to stir my sauce, so that was something I could do while I'm doing a voiceover. Yeah, there's my second cut. And it's still a tight fit. Like I said, we'll go back and revisit this and see if it
I feel like I needed to fold the other side in too.
needs to be cut down some more. Because it's a fairly big piece, even if we do end up cutting it down more. Oh, and excuse my messy bed head top there.
I feel like it's catching on something, so I'm trying to look in the pocket.
Nobody needs to see that mop top.
I don't. So.
Oh, I got it in there a lot, didn't I? I think I'm to the point where I'm about ready to give up on this when I finally do get it in there.
Go.
Sufficient for today anyway.
Yeah, this will take some pulling in and out a couple times to loosen it up. Now I saw that this was kind of, that's okay.
And that is
Some old sheet music.
pretty
so I
old,
had to
crackly,
back out
vintage
something else.
music paper that it is layered on
old
some
paper
other
can get
cardstock
too
just to
thick.
stabilize it a little bit. That I thought the two were separating a bit.
Oh, I need to ink that.
And I am realizing that I forgot to ink the Victorian garden photo on the left here. Not photo, illustration. So I just use this, I use the same paper to ink with till it just gets totally gross, just to, so it doesn't get on the rest of the album. Normally I should have inked this before I put it in the album, but I still use a base paper. It's like what most people call a
gutted book. Just
what do they call it? A book
find the spines are just
glue book
not
that
quite
they
used
use
to working
to glue with. But a lot of people,
soft covered spines.
a lot of people just use ink things around the edges,
Chipboard and things, but
holding it in their hand, and I prefer to put it on paper and shade it slightly from the corners, unless it's something really light, like you'll see here in a minute. I picked out some really light colored tags that I had to kind of ink all over just to match the rest of the page.
it'll be okay if it gets on that lace a little bit. Kind of ages it anyway.
But yeah, I don't normally ink holding whatever I'm inking. I usually lay it down flat on a piece of paper, a piece of throwaway paper of some kind.
I should have done this before I put it in. That pocket goes in and out really easy, so that's good. Oh, I'm using vintage photo.
And I used, I think, it was vintage photo distress oxide for these 2 pages for the inking.
Probably.
And that corner for some reason did not want to glue very well, so I think when I'm done I'm going to put some,
Over here.
have to put some heavy books on it to get it to lay flat.
And I'll be right back. I'll pause the video for a minute. Okay, I'm back with my,
Oh, and this book, oh, there's my
it's not little, it's pretty big. This
ephemera holder that I made. I just made it with acetate and some,
as you can see, it's exploding.
used some washi tape to separate the pockets.
Out of the way. Let's see. I don't have too many purple things. Purple
But I have all kinds of different things in this one. It's not just labels or just butterflies. It's just a combination of things in it.
I'm not very good about using them.
So I'm looking for something to go over on the book plate, and I'm thinking I'll probably need 2 pieces. And I was thinking about both sides, and I think I wanted two labels or something for each side. And I'm just kind of going through my ephemera album looking for something that's the right coloring. See, in the one on the right that I chose, I'm going to have to ink all the way over the top of that because it's just too white for me.
Not too busy with that. That'd be fun with the.
And this is what I mean by slow. I audition quite a bit before I actually choose things.
Solid label underneath it.
So I would definitely call myself slow. I'm a slow junk journaler. This particular journal has
Something with a little bit of pink.
3 oh gosh, why can't I think of what they're called? 3 inserts in it that I sewed in. It's a pretty narrow book for compared to what I usually do. which will make it a little bit smaller than my normal ones. The size all the way around it is, without the doily, is about, oh, it's about 9 by 9. So it's a nice little square one, and I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Occasionally
8.
I have to re-glue down the side of the acetate, but
Yeah,
it's
8
lasted
pages
maybe
per pamphlet, so
a couple years.
36 and double-sided, that would be
There's another label with blue.
72, right? Yeah. So, and I haven't, like I said, I haven't even, some of the covers have to be, the pages have to be covered, and I haven't added any pockets or,
Getting into some bigger pieces.
oh, right, like writing tablets, you know, the waterfall kind. I like to put those in. Just various pockets and flip outs. So it will get fattened as we go along.
And I like that, and I'll ink them up real good.
So I'm still looking for the right tags, and I'm deciding that,
Sorry for a minute.
I think before I glue them down, I'm deciding that tag on the right, the darker one, is just the wrong shade for this page.
Inking paper out.
So that gets vetoed out.
Let's see. These are
But I'm going to go ahead and ink the ones on the left up first,
brushes get a little bit full.
knowing that that top one is going to have to be inked, you know, all the way across because it is fairly white.
This is going to be more of the all over inking because it's pretty white. Oops. That still looks okay. This one will just go around the edges.
This one I can just ink around
I see a lot of people
the
ink like
edges,
this.
and I learned how to ink from, I don't know if any of you remember Karen Russell from the scrapbooking world. She was
For me, it's easier just
the creator of narratives.
put it down on something. But
She came to my scrapbook store and taught a couple of classes, and she taught us to ink starting on the corners and working your way in so it looked more natural, like a naturally aged
I'm putting a Paris label
paper
on
or
the
piece of ephemera, whichever one
English
you're inking.
Gardens. I guess it's Victorian. Could be in Paris.
But like I said, when they're white like
Another
this,
book
like
that is English.
I mean, you can go heavier on the corners, but you'd still have to go over the center to get the right color.
Here is the other label that is very white. It's going to have to be all over.
Yeah, because the inking doesn't usually take this long for a little tag.
I'm wondering if that's too orange to go with that, if I should look for something else. Maybe I will. I think it's just too different. So let me get my
So I hope you're all doing good and have been able to get some junk journaling done or crafting of some sort. Now I'm going back to my book to replace that darker tag with something else.
what we can find, if anything. labels in here. These are mushrooms.
And I'm showing you there that I don't just have little labels in here. That was a page of mushrooms before that I was showing you.
Or a butterfly.
I thought I might like a bird or a butterfly, but I couldn't find the right color.
That's too blue. Probably have to go to one of my other books.
See, then I came across Tina from Shabby Dabby Doodah. I came across her bows, and I knew she'd have a purple bow in there, and I did find the right
She will have a purple.
the right color. And I think it looks super cute.
I like that. I like that a lot. Let's do that. That's quite a nice contrast.
I'll get that out of the way, and then I'm going to ink my bow up a little bit.
Okay, so we're going to go with the Paris because we decided that could be a Victorian garden.
Putting the tags on the, I keep calling them tags, they're labels. I'm putting them down using art glitter glue on the right here.
The Paris over the top. Down here. Like that. And when I have journaling,
I'm
papers
talking
sticking
here
out like
about
this, I
how
like to find something
when I have a piece of paper or a tag or something sticking out of a pocket,
so like
sometimes I like to add images to the top, so I'll probably do that in the next video that I do on this journal. And I'm not sure about the right side. I like to leave some blank spaces for people to write on or add whatever they want, even though the pockets are full of mostly blank papers.
I think I'm a slow crafter.
See, I'm still working with that edge. It does not want to
I
stick.
change my mind a lot, and
So I'm pretty sure I will be adding a book to the top of it.
People want to watch. To be honest with you, I mean, I'll watch anybody crafting. I love watching other people create things. Why is that? That's not wanting to stick at all. That's not like this kind of glue. I don't know if it's...
See, and I'm pretty careful about making sure that things are stuck down completely. I go through my journals 2 or 3 times after I'm done, at least, and make sure that nothing needs to be added. Everything is staying put, especially before I sell them out of my Etsy shop, which I think you can get to my Etsy shop. It's just suzannebweb.etsy.com.
Let's see, where's my... Oh, there's the bow. Oh, I should ink around this real quick. And before I usually, after I think I'm done with this,
So I'm trying to ink this holding it, and then I think you'll see me eventually bring in my scrap paper. Maybe not, I don't know.
Or that I feel like need
I can't remember for sure.
Something extra in a different corner. And I will. And that takes a couple of flip throughs for me anyway. I know a lot of people, once they're done, they call it done, but
Seems like a long video
Especially
just
if
for
I
2
sell 'em,
pages.
I sell all of my journals, but if
I think tomorrow I'm going to try to get
before it goes in my Etsy shop, I
the
like
pages and pockets out that I'm going to use,
to go through it, and especially if
or
it
at least a couple of possibilities to audition,
ship it.
so that you don't have to watch every process that
And I think
takes
to get to my
me
Etsy
so
shop,
long.
It's just SuzanneBWeb.etsy.com. Okay, see, that looks real pretty. But I feel like this page needs something. Okay, I think I've been on here for quite a while, so
Getting my pen back in my glue bottle.
we got I'm slow. We got 2 pages done. We'll come back tomorrow. I'll try to have things laid out to what
And
I
then
want
that
to do with
is the
them.
next page that we'll be working on. Looks like we're going to have some
We'll pick up
covering
some
up to do. So
Thanks for watching,
I'll get
guys.
some papers
I'll
out and
see
ready to
you
go, so
hopefully
that you don't
tomorrow,
have to
and we'll add
watch
some
it.
more to
But
this
thank you
little
for watching,
book.
and I hope
Bye-bye.
you enjoyed it. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.